And welcome. Hey, everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Welcome to Open. Coming up on today's show, we're here from a professor who is looking to become the first appointed Black female NY Corrections Officer Commissioner. After that, we'll speak to the kitchen manager who will shed some light on how his restaurant is honoring our armed servicemen and women. Then we'll go from speaking to one restaurant professional to another, who will give us a taste of the island. Watch out. Yeah, woman. Yeah, man. And they're going to be promoting their latest menu. They have a wonderful option, and it promises to be tasty and healthy, too. Finally, we're here from the founder and CEO of ZiphyCare. It's like my brother's name, Tiffy, but ZiphyCare Incorporated, who will join us to shine a light on how she's innovating healthcare. So sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. Here we go. We're wide open. And welcome back. I'm the Doc Bob Lee from BLS, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media at BronxNet TV. Our first guest is a criminal justice program director and a professor of criminal justice, and she's with us today to speak about her career in the legal system and how she's trying to bring about criminal justice reform in what may potentially be a historically game-changing role. So please welcome to the show, Dr. Vanda Seward.
Thank you. I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
Now, in the beginning, we were opening it up and we were talking about NYPD, but it's not a part of the NYPD, it's a part of corrections?
Yes, it's New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision, which is the New York State prison system and parole system.
Yes. Now, how did you get involved? Was your career leading to that?
So I've been in the criminal justice arena for over 32 years. I'm also a I have a doctorate in criminology, but my career started 32 years ago. I've worked as the New York State Director for Division of Corrections and Community Supervision. Yeah. I was appointed by Governor David Patterson. Then I've also worked for the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office under Charles Hines in the Calm Alert program, which is the first prosecutor-ran program in the country. And I've also was in charge of the District Attorney's Office in the Bronx under Kenneth Thompson, the late Kenneth Thompson, running the County Reentry Task Force. I have been in the criminal justice arena, I want to say it feels like all my life. I don't know much other than criminal justice at this point because I eat, drink, sleep it. But I've been in the field for a very long time. Yeah,
and you, with David Patterson, he appointed you. Of course, his father was Basil Patterson, and he was a part of that group of 5, 7, Percy Sutton, David Dinkins, Charlie Ringel, right. All those guys. Yeah.
That's right.
So you have some wonderful experience. So you've been in the game long enough and you could do the dance, and now you want to make some changes. Talk about some of those changes. Exactly.
So one thing I just want to add also that I've been in academia for close to 25 years, doing both things spontaneously, So I think the change for me that's going to come up, opposed from this being an historical moment, that first, the Grand Council Guardians are the individuals who asked me to please put my name in the hat because they wanted to endorse me.
So they know about you. They've heard about you. They've seen your work.
Exactly. So I think, even though I retired in 2017 from the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office, my work has spoke for itself, not only just in the law enforcement arena, but overall in the community for justice impacted people all across the state. And I think the changes that I want to make is about getting people to really understand that there's a common goal here that everybody's looking for in this state correction system. One, the main thing is public safety. what goes on inside the correction facility has no choice but to transition out into the community. So everybody has a vested interest in this.
Yes.
I think the other thing that I want to bring to the table and bring out to the forefront is correctional staff want the same thing, that families want the same thing that individuals who go into the prison system want for their loved ones, to come home when the day is done or come home when the time is served. The violence that's going on right now, we have to figure this out, because there's no reason why people should wonder, are their loved ones going to come home, rather it's after the end of the shift or after the end of the sentence. So one of the things that I need to do during my time for change is to go in to see where are the systemic issues? How do we go about addressing it? And one of the main things is to make people understand that we're all here for a common good, and that's about public safety. We need to make sure that victims understand that we understand their plight, because they don't need to have a resurgence of trauma based upon people not considering their feelings. But there is studies out here that says that victims really don't want their people to go to prison forever. They really want people to be, their needs to be addressed, rehabilitative services and process to be put in place. And then we can discuss if a person is really ready to re-enter the community. I think one of the things that we have to also understand, or I have to bring to the forefront, is let the taxpayers know where their tax dollars is going. One minute we're saying it costs this much to run a prison, but in the next breath we talk about public safety, and every time you turn on the news, you see somebody recidivating. It makes no sense to the taxpayers either. Where is their money going? I think that we really need to sit down and look at the system and look at the systemic issues. I know that normally this position is not a position that the public even really gets to know that it's even open and available. Usually it's just one of the things I said, we've been doing the electric slide in the prison system for a long, everybody just slides to the next position. And we have to stop. And I think many will say, why me? I think why me speaks for itself. If you look at my resume, I've worked nonprofit, I've worked government, I've worked law enforcement, I've worked prison, I worked the advocacy groups. And I really think I'm one of the few people who can move around in all these different circles with formerly incarcerated, justice impacted people, and don't look over my back, don't look over my shoulder, for the simple fact that everybody knows that I've always been fair, firm, and consistent, no matter what arena I'm in. And I'm not the person who folds easily, So I think that makes me a good candidate, coupled with the fact that I have a lot of individuals across the state that trust me. They've watched how I function when I worked in these government capacities. And, it's so funny, I just share really quick. I've had people when I worked at the DA's office, even after I left parole, who was on the run, who would call me and say, I need to turn myself in. Can you please help orchestrate that?
Wow.
And I would orchestrate for the parole officers to meet at the district attorney's office in my office to do a smooth handover so the person felt safe. So that speaks volumes to me. You're coming into a DA's office, speaking to somebody formerly statewide director of parole, and you're asking them to help orchestrate your turn-in because you want to make sure that it runs smooth. So I think that because I've been on all sides of the fence, that there's a need.
You can take a look at this right here. You see that newspaper clipping there?
Yes.
That came in just before that?
Yes, that was during the time that I worked for Charles Hines, and one of the things that we used to do is I used to always put together a reentry conference to educate the people in the community and practitioners on how to deal with people coming home from prison. What does that mean? Invite families, politicians, social workers, and we would put funding or request funding in our grants.
Yeah. Is there anything in place to keep them from going back to prison? Because sometimes they're released and they go back to the same neighborhoods and they get back into the same trouble.
Well, unfortunately, it goes back to programming. If we begin to incorporate what we call cognitive behavior thinking, which is addressing people's cognitive needs, criminal thinking, also addressing people's criminogenic needs. One of the things we have to realize when we talk about individuals who've been incarcerated, sometimes many of them are going back to the same communities. They're going back to the same families, but we have to address their needs from a holistic perspective. We also have to start reentry from the time the person gets into the system. We can't wait till 30 30 days or a year or two before it's time for them to be released to put all the rehabilitative efforts. There are a lot of community-based organizations that are receiving funding, whether it's through OASIS, whether it's through the government or other
who can help out with that.
That can help out with that. There's enough programs out here that can do what needs to be done to help individuals. It's not a one-size-fits-all model. People do have to want the help, but I think if we start to help early enough in the process, it will at least encourage them to continue to help upon release.
Dr. Seward, you work mainly with the prisons in New York State. Does that also include Rikers Island in the city?
No, Rikers Island is a local jail.
But it has some of the same problems, maybe.
It mimics some of the same problems, but not at the magnitude.
Not at the magnitude.
Right, not at the magnitude. Local jails or detention centers usually have a little bit more mayhem than other places because people are in a level of unrest. They don't know where their fate lies, you know? So I think that's why you see what you see. But I think the other thing too is about bringing in proper staffing. One of the things that happens in the state is that there's not enough minorities. There's not enough diversity. There's not enough training to get individuals to understand how to deal with the population they're serving. And that's the same thing in Rikers.
Yeah, but some of the programs that you want to initiate can be used in the city level also.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. I sit at the table and people call me constantly for city correction stuff, state corrections. It's almost like, you have a question about jail, prison, you call Dr. Seward. People are always asking me questions and I'm always trying to give answers. But I think the thing here is that we all have to learn how to come to the table and have a conversation about this. It's not all corrections issues. It's not all the individuals incarcerated. It's a collective effort. But training is key. Yeah. Training is key, and not training just when you get into the academy. It's ongoing because there's so many nuances that go on with this population.
Yeah. How can we find out? Can we go somewhere and find out this information? Is it written somewhere on a website or the social media?
So right now I have my website. It's Dr. Vanda Seward .com, and on the website you'll learn all about me. And then I do have an Instagram page, same thing, Dr. Vanda Seward. I have started a petition on my website, and it'll pretty soon be on my Instagram, so that individuals can sign the petition in support of me being the next commissioner, because this is an appointed position. And this is about, I believe, the taxpayers and the people coming together to tell the senators, the state senators and the governor, we want change, and Dr. Seward is it.
And that title will be?
Dr. Vanda Seward for New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision Commissioner.
There you go. Dr. Vanda Seward, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And come back and share more, your wealth of information.
No problem. I definitely will.
I know the information that you're going to put out there is going to be beneficial to everyone.
Yes, most definitely.
People moving together in the same direction for a common cause.
Exactly. Yes. And I'm the right person at the right time.
There you go.
Yes.
I will take a quick break. I've got more open coming up next.
I remember when the Bronx did not really have a media outlet properly representing the people of the Bronx.
BronxNet provides for the community by being a community where people can be empowered to share their voices.
We are in a really great place technologically. We've got all the resources that we need to be effective.
Whether it's through cameras, storytelling, editing, we have provided those services for 30 years.
BronxNet's mission is to be a voice for the community.
To educate, to inform, and to inspire.
And you can be a part of it. We've built studios for you.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Oh, excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there.
Yeah!
And welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you tune in and check it all out. We appreciate you. Our next guest is the kitchen manager for Golden Corral. You know, a lot of people know about Golden Corral all across the country. We stop there from time to time too, especially when we go down south. Well, he joins us to speak about the buffet restaurants, 23rd Annual Military Appreciation Night, and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Dave Harpaul. Welcome, Dave.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on here.
I'm glad I don't have to travel so far now. You know, I was on the phone the other day with Grandmaster D from the group Houdini.
Okay.
And every time I speak, he's in Atlanta. Every time I speak to him, he's over at the Golden Corral somewhere. Oh, man, I'm going to get there at 3:30 because at 4 o'clock, you know, they start serving the steak and everything. So he's going to get in there with I guess there's something different going on, a different price or something.
Lunchtime and then transition to dinner time.
So if they transition to dinner time, we won't give away the secret. But if you transition,
you get a bit of both.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can, the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
So now we have one here in the Boogie Down Bronx.
Exactly. So we opened up back in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. During that time, a lot of things were different. There was no indoor dining.
Yeah.
Especially there was no buffet concept either. So we used that time to do outdoor dining actually, and we did takeout, which is, very different from what Golden Corral is usually used to offering.
Yeah.
Which is an all-you-can-eat concept. Like you said, which is very big down south. So now you don't have to travel down south anymore. We got it. We brought it to you in New York City. So it's the Golden Corral that you grew up loving with a New York City spin to it. Because we actually offer alcohol. And
now that's what they didn't have down south.
Yes.
You had to go somewhere else.
So we're the first location to pioneer the alcohol program, and a lot of stores are actually nationwide are starting to adopt our concept as well.
Yeah. What's this right here?
Weigh and pay. So you actually can do Golden Corral. You can dine in, or you can take it to go as well. So you can.
Now that's another new thing.
Yes.
Because you couldn't take it before, right?
Yeah. So now, you can pack whatever you want to go, your favorites, and weigh it by the pound and take it to go as well.
Yeah, so you don't have to bring your big purse and put cornbread and
don't do that.
Drumsticks and chicken wings.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm only kidding. But this is great,
Yeah.
So you just weigh it up in the... Because there's always something that somebody's going to call you and say, hey, you're over at Golden Corral, bring me something home.
Exactly, yeah. So you can have your favorites there and you can take a little bit home as well to have later on as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so they just came up with this program where you could have alcohol and...
Yeah, so we're actually, like I said, we're the first location to start it. During the pandemic, we had to, figure things out and kind of pivot from our traditional landscape, I would say. And so we started with the alcohol program, and we actually won the most innovative store during the 2022.
Everybody in the studio,
convention.
give them a big round of applause. We can hear you. We can hear you. Okay. You hear that? At home and in the studio.
Exactly.
And in the control room. Got at the Wizard of Oz space up there.
Yeah.
But that's great. And then you're doing something for the military.
Yes, we are. So this is our location's third. But Golden Corral as a whole, this is the 23rd Annual Military Appreciation Night, in which we work with our local DAV, Disabled American Veterans, and we provide completely free for current and past military members, including the National Guard and Reserves, a free meal, completely free, just to come in our way of just saying thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that's really, you can't beat that, man.
Yeah. So this is actually...
That's a big give back.
Yeah, it is, for sure. And we do about 300,000 meals annually completely free. And since the program's inception in 2001, we've served over 6 million meals nationwide.
I have a lot of military friends, family members.
Yeah.
So what day does that start?
That's on Monday, this coming Monday. And it's November 13th from 5 to 8:30 in our specific location.
Okay, November 13th.
Yes.
I got to call all my friends and family.
Yeah, let them know. Bring them all. That's our small way of saying thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So, and what time do you open up?
We open up Monday through Friday. We open up
for breakfast? Yeah,
we have breakfast and lunch. So we do a little bit of both from 11 to 4. And like I know you're saying your friend likes to come during that in between time. And then we from 4 to 9:30 Monday through Friday, we do our dinner menu.
Yeah.
And Saturday and Sundays, we do our full breakfast setup. And then at 12 o'clock, we transition to the dinner menu. And we'll run that from 1 to 9:30 on Sundays and 1 to 10:30 on Saturdays.
Yeah. And then people call you if they want to do birthday parties or...
Yeah, we have a private room that we have event space as well. Yep.
That's good. Okay. Great.
And getting back to actually that military appreciation night, Golden Corral has raised over $18.5 million for the DAV, and that goes back to our veterans completely since 2001.
Beautiful, man. We're going to continue to applaud you after we leave here. I'm going to do it all the way home. Hey, man. Yeah. These guys are putting it together. And I'm glad I don't have to travel all the way down.
We brought it to you.
Gas, go down there, burn up all the gas. I can
come right here.
All you can eat.
Yep.
And it's also all you can eat breakfast also.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And right now we actually have our holiday menu. So you get your ham, your turkey, your cornbread, your stuffing, your sweet potatoes, collard greens, all your holiday favorites. So we're serving that now. We do holiday catering as well. Yeah. Which is actually probably cheaper than cooking yourself. It takes the hassle out of it. Spend that time with your family instead. And
so do you have gift cards? Like if somebody wanted to go in there and purchase gift cards and we can give them have a meal.
Yeah, we do. We do have gift cards, and we have, like I said, we have holiday catering as well. And all that information can be found on our website at goldencorral.com.
Oh man, we got to get some of the people here to get some gift cards to give out to. I may just see somebody just driving around and say, here, have a meal.
Yeah, I'll be sure to drop some more for you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Okay. So this just opened up, right? How long have you been open?
Yeah, we've been open since 2020. So about 3 years now. And we've been operating as the full buffet for about 2 years now.
And you're located on
East Tremont? Yes, 2375 East Tremont Avenue, in between White Plains and Castle Hill. Yeah. And the first in the city.
The first in the city. I'm happy. I'm happy. And I'm sure Grandmaster D from the group Houdini, he's coming out this way. We're going to be doing some hosting work and DJ work.
Yeah, you guys got to come on over,
we're going to stop by and
we'll take care of you guys for sure.
We may even bring the Bronx Net crew down there.
I'll be happy to have you guys.
Occupy that back room for a hot second.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you guys need it, just let me know. And so yours.
Man. Thank you so much. And
thanks for having me on.
That you're doing.
Thank you for your time.
And you want to give a shout out to some of the people that are working with you?
Just my whole staff. It's a team effort. We can't do it without anybody that's there. I know they're going to be excited to see us on TV because I know a lot of people don't even know that we're open. Yeah.
You have a sister working with you?
Yes. We're actually a family operation. It's me and two of my sisters. I'm the kitchen manager. I have my older sister who is the general manager, and my other older sister is the front of house hospitality manager.
Hey, put that record on. It's a family affair. Or we are family.
There we go. That's the one.
That's the one you like?
That's the one. I like that one.
You know what? You have a little room for us where we can set up a DJ system?
Yeah. Bring whoever you want, man.
See. You ready? This young lady right here. Yeah. Marion. Mm-hmm. She could throw down too.
Oh, yeah.
You got to include her in on the family.
It's my competition.
Well, no, she may help out.
Oh, no, perfect.
Well, that's good, man. I thank you for all that you do.
Once again, thank you. Appreciate it.
All the veterans, get ready.
Please come on down November 13th, 5 to 8:30 p.m. That's our little way of saying thank you. So
that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good, man. Thank you for all that you do, and God bless you. When you get people doing some great things, you can't go wrong.
For sure.
And plus you're giving back.
That's the biggest thing.
When you give, you get. It's one of the paradoxes, of life. Yeah. You get by giving, and I think you're going to do very well. You're blessed. Yeah. And you're blessing a whole lot of other people too.
Yeah, that's the goal. Always got to give back.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Give me the address one more time and give me a website.
Yeah, 2375 East Tremont Avenue in the Bronx. We do plan on opening up a few more locations. And that's more to come.
Wait,
and
in the city?
Yes. Yeah. And it's goldencorral.com.
We got the inside scoop. All right. We got the inside scoop. Do you have a location yet on that?
I don't want to speak on it yet. Fingers crossed, location coming soon.
Yeah.
Very
nearby.
Big.
One of the boroughs?
Yeah. Bright lights.
Brooklyn's in the house. I hit it on the head?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, man. We'll service the rest of the fiber. I mean, we can travel.
Yeah, for sure.
I thank you. goldencorral.com?
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. Thanks again.
Thank you. Right. Dave Harpaul, Golden Corral. His whole family is rocking it. Thank you so much, and
Thanks
God
again.
bless you.
All right.
We'll take a quick break right here, and I've got more open coming up next. welcome back. Our next guest is the Vice President of Marketing for Golden Krust. And he joins us to speak about Golden Krust's newest menu. And, you know, we all used to go there. There was one over there on 33rd Street over by where the radio station used to be. But, you know, the option is jerk chicken salad and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Stephen Clarke. Stephen, welcome.
Appreciate you having me.
The young man who one of the owners.
Yeah.
Of course, he passed away. Our condolences.
My uncle.
Go to the family. Yeah, that's your uncle.
Lowell Hawthorne.
We honored him at the Make the Grade Awards. He was one of our honorees.
Oh, yeah?
I think it was about maybe 4 or 5 years back, something like that.
He went here.
Yeah.
He got his degree from Lehman in 2006.
Oh, okay.
He actually finished up here in 2006. He got his business degree here. And I think he did the commencement speech as well. In that same year. So thank you for doing that as well.
Oh, no
for
problem.
That event. I appreciate it.
So it's still a family business.
Correct.
You guys are running it. You have some new stuff that you're putting on the menu?
Always.
That you want to tell us about?
Yeah, well, we have a new jerk chicken salad that we rolled out.
Shucks.
Yeah, we rolled that out to the system probably this summer. It's picking up, but it's going over very well. You know, a lot of people know Golden Krust for the patties.
Yeah.
Jamaican style patties, which I bought some for you as well. So
all
yeah,
right.
Feel free.
All
Beef,
right.
chicken, and veg, because you know people's diets are different. So I brought some vegetable as well. And along those same lines is where we brought to market this jerk chicken salad. People come, you get your oxtail, and we know oxtail is good. Curry chicken, curry goat, but not everybody wants that every day.
Right.
And it's important to give optionality and to punctuate the menu offering for people who may not want rice and peas today. Somebody might just want something different, but still remaining authentic to the roots of Jamaica with a great jerk chicken breast, a really good jerk chicken breast.
Yeah, see. You guys have been in business for some time now, and you go around, you see Golden Corral all over the place.
Golden Krust.
Yeah. You see, I'm all in the mix now.
Golden Krust set me up. It's not you. I knew it was coming. Don't worry.
Just before me. Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Just before you. But it's good. Because a lot of people, they see Golden Krust all over the place. It's all throughout the 5 boroughs.
Yeah.
How long have you been in business?
We've been in business since 1989.
Yeah.
We're now in 8 states. We have 115 locations with 5 under construction. Primary concentration in the 5 boroughs, as you say. Yeah. Brooklyn and Queens alone, we have 33 locations there.
I know.
And in the Bronx, I think about 12. It's funny how you look at the Bronx because my cousin, she has a few herself. And if you go down White Plains Road, it's just never stopped. 219, 211. It goes up block after block.
Yeah.
And then the corporate restaurant, the original one on Gun Hill Road is still there. We just did a full renovation. So if you go in, it looks completely different.
Yeah.
But very modern and clean. I just left. Actually, that's where I got your products from this morning.
Good.
So the original Golden Krust is still running. And we're expanding now. Florida is our second biggest market with 27. And Georgia is coming up with about 18. And then we have, mixed markets, North Carolina, Texas, Maryland.
Wow. Where did the first one start? Was it here in the Bronx?
Right up here, Gun Hill Road.
Gun Hill Road. Yeah. That's the first one.
1381 East Gun Hill Road. Right
and
next to the
spread
train.
from there all over the place.
Yeah, very quickly, actually. Funny enough, our first franchisee, his name is Earl Chin. He got his first location in 1997 in Brooklyn. And he's still in business. He has 2 in Florida now. Looks younger than me. So he's living a good life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how we started in the Bronx. And we got our franchising license pretty quick. We're the first black franchise or restaurant in the system. So we keep pushing the brand and pushing my uncle's vision.
Stephen, is everybody doing the jerk salad?
Majority of the system is doing it. It's a new product. I know our system takes time, but majority of the system is carrying the jerk chicken salad.
Yeah.
And we have future plans for that same breast. Hopefully we can, put it into a new product. I think everybody here has had the cocoa bread before.
Yeah, of course.
So once the salad is adopted, the plan is to, fingers crossed, put out a sandwich
bread,
option.
Cocoa bread, open it up, put the patty in there.
Correct.
And go like that.
Yeah, and it's very convenient. It's probably the most convenient grab-and-go food item you have. And if plans remain as is, that chicken breast will transform from a jerk chicken salad to hopefully a jerk chicken sandwich within the cocoa bread. Which I think is a treat and a belly full as well. So optionality.
What's in the jerk salad?
Well, the jerk chicken breast is really the secret, right?
That's the secret.
Everything else is pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's well sliced, lettuce, tomato, carrots, sweet peppers,
So
the
I'm
chicken
leaning
breast.
in. He's making me very hungry over here. I'm leaning in.
The chicken breast is good, but when you put jerk sauce on a salad, I don't think anybody's had a salad with jerk sauce on it. So that makes a big difference because the tangy flavor of it is very unique. Yeah.
It looks like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then, some restaurants
pretty
give it
healthy.
Italian.
Yeah.
Well, it is healthy. It's very healthy. Grilled chicken,
Mhm.
very, very well seasoned, marinated. And that's the same breast you'll get in Florida as you'll get in Atlanta, as you get in North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm salivating over here. Steve, you got me.
Good.
You got me. Oh, let's talk about food all day today.
At least I didn't come empty-handed. To come and talk you up and then not having it would be a crime, but it's right there. So on a break, whenever they let you off, you can try some patties.
We'll check it out. Anything special coming up that we should know about?
Well, yeah, there's some community give back. Sandra Bryant, she is a franchisee of many years. She used to actually manage the Gun Hill Road store.
Yeah.
And my uncle gave her a location in Mount Vernon.
Oh, wow.
Uncle Lowell.
Yeah,
I know she's been running that restaurant forever, maybe 20 years.
Yeah.
And every year she does a Thanksgiving give back in Mount Vernon there. She's in the middle of 7 schools. So she gives back to the homeless and the students. I think this year she's doing 650 meals.
Wow.
On November 19th. So kudos to Sandra B for always doing her thing for the community. As you said, giving back is important.
Yeah, very important.
So we'll be doing some give back there. The salad is on just the app. We have a Golden Krust Rewards app that spend 50, get 5, which I think is a good deal. Most loyalty programs, you never know when you're going to get the points.
Yeah.
But for us, it's very straightforward. You spend 50, you get 5 back, order ahead. A lot of times people would spend their time in lunch waiting in line. We realized that wasn't fair to folks who only have a half an hour or 45 minutes to spend, 15, 20 minutes on a Golden Krust. So we've gotten a lot more efficient back of the house and, giving consumers options on how to order in the front, pick up, delivery.
Yeah.
And that's something that when you can get the rewards on top of the convenience, that's something that we hope to continue to offer to people. But innovation has been the name of the game.
Yeah.
The past few years. If you look at, the brand, the site, the menu offerings, and just, how we approach the market.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's so important to keep the same taste.
Of course.
How's that done? Because there are a lot of restaurants out there, family owned, and sometimes, there's some talk about, that food doesn't taste the same.
Correct.
Now, the person could have gotten older, and now their taste buds are different, but how do you keep that family secret, that recipe going year after year?
Yeah. Well, from a food standpoint, we have proprietary seasons that we send to each restaurant. So it's very hard to deviate at that point.
Yeah.
So at least we keep that baseline safe. The Golden Krust all-purpose is there. You have the curry. We have our own seasons that we send to the restaurants. Every Jamaican chef will think that they're the best Jamaican chef, right? So, of course, you get that kind of feedback from, 1 or 2 days where that chef feels like he's just the greatest chef. And he will run off a little bit. But most of the time, everybody follows. There's a recipe, there's the seasonings, there's a cookbook. It's quite extensive. I looked at it last week. So there's a playbook for everybody to follow.
Now, when you say they may run off, the chef who thinks they're the best may run off a little bit, you mean add their own little touch to it?
No, menu-wise. Like, you'll see them making salmon. Like, they'll just come with their own flair of dish. That's not really in the cookbook.
Well,
but they use our seasonings to make, I've seen crab legs. I've seen so many things in the Golden Krust system. 99% of the time, it's good. So I'm happy to see it. But the oxtails, the curry goats, the stew chickens, the mains, those are as by the book as it should get.
Right. And this is from the family. Somebody in the family said, "Hey, this is what we're gonna use." And
well, my uncle and his siblings, they started it back in '89, and since then it's only been more refined. Now we've had my godmother, Doreen, who was the executive chef for many years. Now she's retired. She has a restaurant in Florida or 2. And then my cousin Ryan, he's now the new executive chef.
Yeah.
And he and I have taken this brand from Coachella back to New York. We've done everything this year. An increase in trial is important for us.
Yeah.
I think, Jamaicans like Jamaican food, but there's a lot of people out there who have never tried Jamaican food.
Right.
And we have to, it's our duty to give them that trial. That's my job, to increase trial.
Do you ever go back home?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
I was in Jamaica this year.
What part of Jamaica?
I'm from Kingston.
All right.
My dad still lives there. My sister still lives there. My niece.
Of course, you have one there. You have Golden Krust there.
No, not yet. We'd have to have a multitude of locations.
Well, when you go over there, I'm gonna go with you to help build it.
No problem. I'll let you know. I'll send you, when I book the ticket, I'll let you know. I'll be like, Bob, this is over here.
Let's go.
And you can bring your music and everything. I heard you talking about music.
Oh, man.
Music and food is Jamaica's pillar. That's brand Jamaica for you overall. So
Absolutely.
as long as you have a good Bob Marley crate and some Dennis Brown and some Sanchez, we can put you in the mix.
There you go. No problem. I used to go 3 times a year over there.
Yeah.
Reggae Sunsplash, Carnival, and I think just to go and get away.
Carnival is getting big now, as you've seen.
Yeah.
That Carnival scene is huge, but I didn't know that you were there that many times.
Hey, we go up to Mandeville, Spanish Town, come down into Kingston, and, go to Montego Bay, we're all over the place.
Yeah, I got to get back there. I need a break. I'm due for a break. It's been a busy year, so as the year comes to a close, hopefully I can find myself back home.
Yeah. But listen, are you in the food markets also that are opening up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what capacity? In the retail side?
The Bronx night market have stuff.
No, not yet. Right now,
are you looking to get into those? I mean, that's just like a, pop up, but you already have established locations where people come.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get more into, you'll see us more in like local events.
Yeah.
Where we can do feedings, where we can do tastings. As much as a Jerk Fest is good, we'll try to do, another concert.
Yeah.
Like, a Rolling Loud. We'll mix it up. Because at the end of the day, as long as we can increase trial, if you try us, you like us. Yeah. That's my thing. If I give you a party, there's not many people are going to be like, I'm not interested. So it's our duty to increase trials. So as long as we can keep getting into those events, some more local sponsorships, you'll continue to see the Golden Krust brand as far as we can push it.
So how many do you have now?
115.
115. And you're looking to increase that?
Yeah.
5
always
under
looking to
construction.
increase.
Yeah.
We just came back from annual franchisee meetings. We went to Georgia, Florida, and then we came back to New York. All within the span of a week, just to, recap the performance of the programs, talk about these things and what we have planned for next year.
If somebody wants to open up a franchise, what do they have to do?
Call my cousin Omar.
Call Omar.
Yeah. It's all in the family. Call Omar. It was Uncle Owell's son. He's probably been here a few times. Omar at goldenkrust.com, I believe. Or you can visit goldenkrust.com, which is a website, and click franchising, which is one of the 5-6 tabs on top. And you can find out information about how to get a franchise.
You want to shout out any of your hardworking chef or staff members?
My team, the marketing team will work hard, franchising team, the bakery team who works tirelessly to put out patties. They're there pretty much 24 hours a day to produce patties. We're selling, about 90,000 pieces a day across different systems because we have patties in the school system.
That's what it means to be in business.
Yeah. So, the manufacturing team, the operations team, the marketing team, the corporate team, the team at the register, the folks at Gun Hill who just gave us the product, who are there every day, serving the taste of Jamaica to the consumers, the front line, and the franchisees who invested their hard life savings, most of these folks, into this brand and trusting us. So we appreciate and we thank them for trusting the Krust.
Thank you, Golden Krust.
Yeah, man. Big up the team.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you guys for sending us some food.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. We love you.
Me too.
Go goldenkrust.com.
Goldenkrust.com with a K. Because for some reason, somehow people still put a C in there. But goldenkrust with a K, .com. You can order ahead for pickup delivery, or you can find out how to open your own franchise.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming down, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And come back every now and then, And
I'm here. I'm not too far away, so anytime.
We're asking people to put that spread out. We'll put a table here and you can put...
Yeah, we just changed the patty bags too. There's a little flag on it now, a nod to the Jamaican flag on the bags. So we just did some updates there. But the brand is strong and we're continuing to push it.
Oh, beautiful, man. Thanks for coming down. Stephen Clarke, Vice President of Marketing, Golden Krust.
Correct.
Golden Krust. I got to give you some more. Golden Krust, because of what I did in the beginning.
All good. I know we'll come back to it. No worry. I moved on. I forget quickly.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Thank you
take
for
a break.
us.
I've got more coming up next.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kids should know.
Attacks against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders are on the rise.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer. In terms of the hate crimes, I think there is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
And welcome back, everybody. Hey, our last guest is the founder and CEO of ZiphyCare Incorporated. Yes. And she joins us to speak about her company's app and how she's innovating the healthcare industry. So please welcome to the show, Dr. Rada Sumareva. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Rada, thank you. Now, it's a pleasure seeing you again because the last time I saw you, we were doing something for NASA.
That's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're always there. You always have... And wait a minute, we did something else at Harlem Week, too. Didn't we see you there? Or your team
at
Harlem Week.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your company and what it's all about.
Sure. So ZiphyCare stands for Zip Physician, where Zip means fast and also means a zip code. No matter how great of technology you have, if you don't work with communities and do not engage patients, you cannot be successful. So we pay very close attention to working with communities and engaging patients.
Yeah.
ZiphyCare is a cutting-edge technology that enables a completely new healthcare delivery model. After virtual house calls became popular during pandemic, we realized the value of meeting the patients where they are in their homes, because we have access to their living environment, we have access to the magic medication box, not just the list that's compiled by someone else for them. So now that we realize it, it's, we really have to work on a model that will bring the doctor to the patient's home.
Yeah.
And telemedicine is sort of addressing it. However, people that we are working with from underserved communities not necessarily have high bandwidth internet or have computers or know how to operate this complex technology. And also on the physician side, there is only so much you can tell by just flat screen conversation with the patient. So what we are doing differently, we are bringing the best of in-person and teleworld, and we implementing a hybrid model. We are sending a medical assistant with our proprietary technology to the person's home. They connect with the physician when they're there, and they become an extension of doctor's arm. They apply stethoscope to your chest. The physician is listening to your heart and lung sound, looks in the throat, looks in the ear, looks at the wound, examines the wound, looks at the EKG done in real time. Everything that they doing in their primary care setting, except their remote, and medical assistant is navigating technology to help them assess the patient.
Yeah.
That medical assistant is also licensed phlebotomist, so they can draw blood, they can collect any other lab samples. So, and the doctor has access to all of this information and can really provide some sophisticated diagnosis for the patient.
Yeah, although it's new technology, it comes back around like old technology. A doctor making house calls.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
ZiphyCare is in your home making house calls.
Exactly.
I like that. Yeah. So you started this back when?
We started it in 2018. It took us a couple of years to build technology and bring it into the field. As a provider myself, I know how difficult it is to bring new models and new technologies to healthcare community. So we knew from the beginning that we would want to have affiliated practices. And our first practice, believe it or not, was founded 3 months before COVID.
Yeah.
Little did we know that it would be so useful. And we actually, through our work with social service agencies like Self-Help, Washington Heights and Inwood Y, and others, were able to become a safety net for many vulnerable New Yorkers during COVID.
Yeah. Wow, you guys had the vision before COVID came in.
Yes.
Now, we posted up some steps. Can you go through these steps with me?
Sure.
Go back and post up those steps again. Talk about that.
Right. So this is our patient-facing app. To be quite honest with you, a lot of patients don't have access to smartphones.
Yeah.
So they don't have to go through the steps. They can just call the number, and our sophisticated dashboard allows to book
bypass surgery. So you can
to book this
bypass
appointment, right?
Yeah.
But if you do have, for example, caseworkers, case managers can book this appointments for patients, or you can book this appointment for your relative. So in that case, you would download the app, available on both iPhone and Samsung, and you just go through very easy steps to book an appointment with a doctor, and usually you can get you can be seen by a doctor that same day.
What's some of the healthcare companies that you work with to keep this going?
So we actually mostly not working directly with patients. We are working with businesses that serve patients. So we work with healthcare insurance companies, mostly managed care, Medicaid, Medicare companies. We work with hospitals. We work with social service agencies. We work with large physician groups like IPAs, ACOs, MSOs, and we help them connect with their most complex, high-risk patient.
And there are other organizations and vendors that ZiphyCare works with?
So that would be, for example, managed long-term care payer organizations. It's an alternative to nursing homes.
Got it.
Yes, hospitals for physician groups. Our technology, I was born and raised in Ukraine, so our technology is as far as Ukraine today, also helping people in refugee centers and in recently liberated territories.
Yeah. Excellent, excellent. Where can our audience find ZiphyCare in our communities? How can they get the service? Is it within the 5 boroughs or the tri-state area?
Yes, we actually do. Not just tri-state area, we also in New Jersey and Florida. But again, they would have to be referred by one of our partner organizations. To book an appointment with us, yes.
Okay.
But services that we offer actually range from anything like chronic disease management at home for diabetics and congestive heart failure patients to flu shots and anything else that and it's so much better to do it in the home. You can also see if there is a risk for the fall for an older patient and if anything needs to be installed to prevent it. You can see if that's the right size of the wheelchair in order to enter to the apartment, not necessarily all coincides always. So bringing it to a patient's home makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and Rada, you've been doing this for some time, so you have the background and the experience and the knowledge to move all of this stuff forward, to be able to work in this space, right?
Sure.
Tell us a little bit more about your background.
Sure. So I'm a healthcare provider by training and entrepreneur by trade. I had my own practice for 20 years. Actually, I started, my first patient was seen in Mount Vernon, not far from here.
That's the other Bronx.
Yes, that's the other Bronx. But in my practice, I've seen a lot of patients with chronic diseases, multiple chronic diseases, that were cared for by different specialties. And as the more advanced we become as a specialty, the bigger the wall is between us. Between different specialties. So I was always big advocate for integrative care, for team approach in treating the patient. I also was part of United Healthcare provider committees that were working on different programs that would improve utilization rate of preventative services and disease management for people from vulnerable communities. I also co-founded my own conference that focuses on issues of people with disabilities and their caregivers. So I guess all in all, was always interested in access to care and innovative programs for at-risk communities. And ZiphyCare is a culmination of everything I've learned, of all the challenges that exist on doctor side, patient side, and the payer side.
Would you like to see it, where would you like to see it go from here? When it grows, it goes where?
So we actually, as it grows, we're going to keep partnering with more and more doctors' organizations or health plan organizations where they would utilize their own doctors, their own medical assistants, and we will train them in our technology, because that's the fastest way for us to be able to deliver this type of services to those who need them the most. And we have about 134 million of Americans who actually belong to this category. These are the people who have one or more chronic diseases, people who live in remote communities, underserved communities, people who are 65 and older. We can help them.
Yeah. And you have wonderful people working with you to help get the word out, like Marion Scott.
Sure.
Yes.
Marion is our community engagement
She said,
champion.
She likes to lay low, but we got to give her props too.
Absolutely. Bravo.
Bravo.
Right. But our goal is actually, I think we're solving for two problems, Bob. Not just access to healthcare, and that's a very big problem that we have in the US. Even New York today is a healthcare desert. But I think one problem we often overlook is health literacy. So, and you can build offices on every block, but unless you educate the patient and unless you build the trust between the doctor and the patient should know why they should see a doctor, what outcomes to expect from this visit. And that's exactly what we are trying to help with, not just bringing healthcare access, but also educating communities. Our staff, our medical practice staff speaks different languages, admires all the cultures. We do pay a lot of attention to cultural sensitivity.
That's important.
Yes.
Very important.
Yes.
Yes. And I like what do we call it? Medical literacy. So
health literacy, yes.
So they can go onto a website, or how do they learn that from
First
from
of
the
all,
organization?
our person who comes to that home can help educate the patient because they're in the home. Even physician can see this patient very differently. We had a recent story where a patient with congestive heart failure was pretty much said that he needs to see that he needs to be referred to a hospice because he was disoriented. He was older. English was not his first language. When our physician saw him on the screen in the home, he was cooking for himself. He was cleaning for himself. All he needed was a few hours of home health aid in the home, which with help of our physician, he is now getting. So it's actually getting closer to the patient and learning about your patient.
And sometimes that helps too, just seeing a person come to your home. Some people are lonely.
Exactly.
And they want that interaction with a person. And that will help them to move into that area where you become cured.
Exactly. You want the patient to become their own advocates.
Yeah.
I mean, I think our parenting, I know you're very passionate about education.
Yes.
I think our parenting model has changed significantly in the last couple of decades. We try to engage kids in making decisions. We try for them to actively advocate for themselves. But in healthcare, we still live a lot of times in the order world. This is what you need to do.
Yeah. Yes.
You need for the patient to understand why they need to do it and what to expect.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy and glad that there's an organization like yours that goes out and touches the people and educates the people.
It's not only that, because all of this findings, all of the readings from every instrument, the sounds of the stethoscope, the images from the camera, the image of the EKG, everything stays on the platform and it's available to every care team member. So now you can enable true continuity of care. If a primary care physician saw this patient, this data is available to cardiologist, endocrinologist, to the case manager. And now we can get together and actually speak the same language and collectively try to help the patient.
Yeah. And so these are also patients with the Medicare, Medicaid, or you take all kinds of insurances?
Absolutely. These types of services are covered by insurances. Actually, payer organizations find it very helpful that now they have their eyes on social determinants of health, on the living environment.
Yeah. And this is different from telehealth because, of course, that came out a little bit bigger or more during COVID-19. But you go in and you touch the lives of these wonderful people.
Absolutely. As some people call it telehealth on steroids.
Telehealth on steroids. I like that. Well, listen, thank you for all that you're doing. Is there anything that we missed that you would like to tell our audience?
I think the fact that actually I personally and our company believes in doing well by doing good. So there is a lot of initiatives that we love to be part of. We are working with a couple of organizations that are helping new immigrants. We come to churches, we come to community centers.
Yeah, that's important.
We do community wellness events. So
yeah. You know, I was talking to a young lady, a principal of one of the schools, and she says she has about 200 additional people in her school, and these are asylum seekers, and so they're looking for health care, and they're looking to get some staff from the school, get together with the parent, and physically take them to a place where they can get shots and get the things that's needed.
They don't need to go anywhere. We can come.
You can do it.
We can come on the campus.
I'm going to put you in touch with one of the principals.
Absolutely.
Marion, that's perfect. Because that's one school. That's just one school. They're all over the place.
Put us in touch. Absolutely. That's very much within our alley.
Now, where do we go for more information about what you're doing, Doc? Is there a website or social media?
ZiphyCare.com.
ZiphyCare.com. Just like that. Spell it out.
ZiphyCare.
It's right there on the bottom of the screen. Put it on the bottom of the screen one more time. It goes right there. There it is, right there.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Dr. Rada Sumareva, pleasure to meet you.
Same here.
Thank you, Marion, for bringing the doctor here, and you're always welcome. My house is your house. And vice versa, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hold on 1 second. I think we're going to wrap this up. I think we've run out of time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking us out. Keep following us on BronxNet TV for continued coverage. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. You can join our host, Kibben Arlene, Darren Jaime, and Rena Valentin for new episodes of Open, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'll catch you another day, another way. I love you all. And I'll see you over 107.5 WVLS. Peace.